On a sad note, Kenya has today recorded 7 COVID-19 deaths, even as 164 more infections were detected. Health Cabinet Secretary Mutahi Kagwe said the new infections were detected from 3,872 samples, raising the country's caseload to 37,871. CS Kagwe also stated that 77 people recovered from the disease, taking the total recoveries so far to 24,581. We have a lot in line for you, but first, here are other stories making headlines. President Uhuru Kenyatta has today reopened Nyayo Stadium after 3 years of renovation. Former Mombasa senator has accused President Kenyatta's family of the intention to take over Mombasa County for their own business interest. We bring you a story of Veronica Osogo, a popular name in tennis, who has done it yet again, taking under her wings a tennis deaf team. A very good evening and welcome to Breaking Today. My name is Joel Church and our sign language interpreter is Tracy Dorcas. Also stand by to bring you sports news is Cedric Oronje. Remember, you can tell us where you're watching from and your feedback about our stories this evening without forgetting your name on our SMS line of 111 444 111. Again, it's 111 444 111. Kicking off at the bulletin, President Uhuru Kenyatta has today reopened Nyayo Stadium after 3 years of renovation. The National Stadium was closed in 2017 for refurbishment so as to host the 2018 African Nations Champions CHAN, which was later moved to Morocco due to the poor state of the sporting facility. The new look Nyayo Stadium will now be the host of the last leg of the World's Athletics Continental Tour, dubbed Kipkeino Classic, which will take place on the 3rd of October. Reporter Kennedy Kimani attended the event and filed the following story.
Seats branded with the colors of the Kenyan flag, a new tartan track, and a perfectly manicured turf. These are just some of the renovations you can't help but notice the moment you set your foot here at the 45,000 seat capacity Nyayo Stadium. The second biggest stadium in Kenya has now been given a clean bill of health by the World Athletics ahead of the Kipkeino Classic on October 3rd, which will be the first global sporting event to be held in the African continent since the advent of COVID-19 pandemic. Speaking during the official reopening of the stadium, President Uhuru Kenyatta said that the upgraded stadium is the first page of Kenya's new chapter of sports.
We stand in a stadium that is more fit for purpose and more suitable for our sporting heroes to showcase their excellence. The upgrading of Nyayo National Stadium is not an isolated case. Our endeavor is to ensure that our sporting facilities can compare favorably with the top addresses around the world.
The head of state pledged government's commitment to ensuring that Kenya successfully hosts the World Under-20 Championship and the World Safari Rally set for next year.
The Ministry of Sports, Culture and Heritage should redouble their efforts in reconvening the major sporting events that were postponed as a result of the COVID pandemic. I will further direct the ministry to resume preparation processes towards the Olympic and the Para-Olympic Games and to engage with our local sports associations on how Kenyan athletes can resume competing in sporting events abroad.
With the non-contact sports such as athletics, cricket and golf given green light for the phased resumption of sporting activities, football stakeholders now want the government to accelerate the process of ensuring football resumes.
We need to start, and we are asking the president to declare that we have to go and play and implement what we need to implement so we can be out there. So for us, government is the one holding us.
We are more than ready, and we are eager just as everybody else to return to what we know best, and that's playing football.
The reopening of Nyayo Stadium and the resumption of sports activities in the country has signaled a gradual return to normalcy. Kennedy Kimani, Switch TV, Nairobi.
Shifting gears now to politics, Suna East Member of Parliament Junet Mohammed has maintained that the Building Bridges Initiative document will solidify unity among Kenya's 14 leaders who oppose the long-awaited document, saying they should read it first before deciding whether to back it or disregard it. Daniel Kariuki reports.
Kupinga kitu ambaye hawajaona. Sasa wewe unapinga kitu juu iko kini ndani. Labda ripoti inaandika yule anapinga ndio akuwe rais, nani anajua?
The Raila trustee further noted that Kenyans should expect the BBI report to move the nation forward in socio-economic aspects irrespective of tribe, region or religion. The MP further hinted that the aim of the BBI is not creating posts for some special people but intended to amend sections that do not unify Kenyans.
Hii report tunataka itoke haraka sana. Hii report imechelewa. Hii report sasa imechukua muda na ngoja uliumiza tumbo.
Raila Amolo Odinga sit with President Uhuru Kenyatta vile wataamua, wasitusumbue na mambo ya soma sijui. Sisi tunataka kujua siku ya referendum au ile wanataka tufanye ni gani, tuchape tick tumalizane na mambo hiyo.
Speaking in Suna West constituency during a meeting that brought together security committee members from the National Assembly and Migori County security team, the leaders assessed the security status of the area in relation to cross-border challenges.
Vizuri wakati huu kina Junet waone wanaharakisha kwa ajili imechelewa sana, kwa ajili ile roho ya BBI ni kushikanisha Wakenya wakuwe kitu kimoja.
Meanwhile, former Mombasa Senator Hassan Omar has officiated his support to Ruto's 2022 presidential bid, adding that they are opposing the BBI report, alleging that it is a plot by ODM party leader Raila Odinga to mislead the country for his own benefit.
Hatuna haja kupitia Raila Odinga kunegotiate our destiny. We can talk about our destiny moja kwa moja. Mimi nitakuwa ndani ya hiyo serikali ya Ruto.
In what appears to be a thinly veiled attack towards the deputy president, the long-awaited document is seemingly raising political tensions across the nation as the BBI report continues to shape the 2022 political ring face-off. Daniel Kariuki for Switch TV, Nairobi.
Leaders from the western region of Kenya have continued to condemn Maraga's counsel to President Uhuru Kenyatta to dissolve parliament on the alleged failure to enact the implementation of the two-thirds agenda rule. Speaking in Western Secretary General of KOTU, Francis Atwoli bashed Vice President William Ruto for claiming that there is a plot to rig the 2022 general election to act not on his favor. With the decision left in the president's hands, it is now a matter of wait and see the situation for Kenyans if for the state to reopen, as the health experts note that the curve is still flattening. Moving on, former Mombasa Senator Hassan Omar Sarai, who is also Deputy President William Ruto's close ally, has accused President Kenyatta's family over the intention to take over Mombasa County for their own business interests. Fatuma Ngwena filed the report.
While addressing the media from his Renaissance office in Mombasa today, Hassan Omar Sarai has said that Kenyatta's family was fronting Mombasa businessman Suleiman Shahbal for gubernatorial seat in 2022 elections in order to serve their business interest in Mombasa.
Lakini mimi ile feasibility ilikuwa naitisha, inaitwa the business case. Ni manufaa gani, ni faida gani ambao serikali na watu wa Mombasa watapata katika kutoa kiwanda ama ardhi yenye thamani kubwa kama hii?
Hassan Omar Sarai has also opposed Buxton Housing Project, which is set to begin in January 2021 at a cost of 6 billion shillings, saying that if the project is implemented, Mombasa County government will lose a total of 5 billion shillings in a period of 2 years.
Why Murathe is a total man. Tumeona hizo kwa Uhuru Kenyatta. Kwa ajili wao ndio walimchukua wakasema huyu ndio atakuwa candidate, wakampa Raila Odinga, Raila akamwosha ndio akaja hapa. Wewe wapigana na watu wa Mombasa, hatumkwenda kwa Raila Odinga, tutakutoa wewe, Raila tutamtoa rohoni na tutawatoa kina Joho tuhakikishe tumeweka serikali ya raia wa Mombasa.
Omar also revealed that the election set to be held following the death of former Msambweni MP Suleiman Dori will reflect the outcome of the 2022 elections and further confirm that they have a candidate whom Him and the Deputy President William Ruto will ensure he clinches the seat. Fatma Ngwena, Switch TV.
Time to take a breather. Stay with us here on Breaking Today. Still more to come. Stay tuned. Welcome back to Breaking Today. Moving on, the National Executive Committee of the Orange Democratic Movement Party has concluded a two-day retreat at Stony Earth Resort in Machakos County to deliberate on various matters touching on the party. Some of the decisions reached include withdrawal of candidates from Kahawa West and Lakeview as a sign of goodwill from the recent decision by Jubilee Party not to file a candidate from Sambweni by-elections.
As a party, we wish to take this opportunity to thank the Jubilee Party leader, President Uhuru Kenyatta, for the decision not to field a candidate in Sambweni in the spirit of the handshake. In the same spirit, the party's NEC has resolved that ODM will not be fielding candidates in Lakeview Ward in Nakuru County and Kahawa Wendani Ward in Kiambu County, both of which were held by Jubilee. We have also seen some leaders alleging a scheme to steal the 2022 elections through the Huduma number. This is in keeping with their brand of systemic delegitimization of public institutions, selling propaganda and peddling division. We are not surprised that the Huduma number project has become their latest punching bag. They have in the past viciously opposed the fight against corruption. They fight the DCI every day, the EACC, and cripple the running of government. We wish to remind Tanga leaders that their patron registered for the Huduma number in broad daylight, smiling chin to chin. He marketed it as a good thing. When did it suddenly become bad?
They say not all heroes wear capes. This is a story of a woman now in her olden age who has been helping and continues to help the less privileged and orphan kids in Nakuru County. She continues to inspire and give hope to many in the area. Reporter Wellington Ojuang spent the day with her and compiled the following story.
When President Moi imposed the dusk to dawn curfew in Nakuru County back in 1999, many businesses stalled as a result. Panic and fear hit the area significantly. It was not only about them incurring losses, but also the unpredictable future. It is during these uncertain times that Miss Isabella Robi decided to start a school at a remote village in Nakuru County to help the needy children traversing the streets of Nakuru to meet their basic needs.
I started helping orphans. I consider it a calling from God. He showed me a stream with cool waters. Thinking of this vision made me feel inspired to start a children's orphanage.
22 years later, a dusk to dawn curfew imposed due to the COVID-19 pandemic has not in any way stopped her from continuing with her generosity.
Kitu ya maana ni kusaidia mtu ambaye hajiwezi. Kwa maana wakati unafanya kazi ya aina hiyo kusaidia mtu ambaye hajiwezi ni kama unasaidia Mungu. Naye Mungu akiona vile unafanya anakusaidia on the other side. Kwa hivyo mimi nafurahia sana kazi ya mama au maono yake na mimi namsupport kwa njia yoyote ile ambayo mimi naweza.
Taking care of these children gives me so much joy. I have nurtured them in God's house, as I always teach them that there is a God in heaven who works miracles. My life story is a true testimony.
Isabella Robi, commonly known as Madam Isabella, invested savings from her farm on this school in an effort to help needy children chase their educational dreams. Like any other startup, she faced a myriad of challenges such as low capital and unwilling society that never believed in her efforts, including her own son, who had a hard time believing her at first.
My mom told me about this school and the kids that she was trying to help. And you see, I had just started a good life in the US. I was starting to get comfortable. I had a son who was 2.5 years at that time. So I really was not interested in what she was doing. And I told her, I don't want to get involved. So we went back and forth for the 2 weeks that I was home. And finally she said, just come, see the kids, take a picture and go show it to your friends. So we went, I did that. And then right the day before I left, she told me, I'm going to pray about this.
The school provides funding from donors and student sponsors by focusing efforts around supporting education in these remote communities and also help the most vulnerable children with underlying medical conditions.
A very interesting story is Boniface. Boniface came here with a heart that had a hole in it. And when our first medical team came and found out he was younger, he couldn't go through surgery. So they said until he turns 15 is when he can have a surgery. So we kept giving him medication just to maintain him. A few years ago, I think 2 years ago when he turned 15, he went for a surgery. The Boniface you're seeing today is very different from who we had here even 5 years ago. He was a tiny, angry kid, but now he's a very happy young man.
What started out as a small wooden scanty school now encompasses 4 children's homes, a dining hall, an indoor kitchen, children's playground, and an operating well. Through the school, students are guaranteed basic needs vital for their growth. They are sheltered, clothed, and fed here.
Amekuwa akilifanya. Wakati ambapo tulikuwa Nakuru pia tulikuwa tunakaa mtaani na huwa mara nyingi nilikuwa naona tukitengeneza chakula, si mtu wa kusema funga mlango sasa tukule, akiona labda watoto wengine wa mtaa hapo anawaambia njooni. Kwa hivyo ni kitu ambacho ameanza tangu zamani nikianza kumfahamu mama yangu, na ni jambo ambalo najivunia sana.
Hii ile hakukuwa na ile hope ati kunaweza kuwa shule, but God is so faithful. Kuna ushosho wa shule mwenye kama na this idea na akaanzisha shule, na imekuwa ya manufaa sana kwetu sisi kama wazazi. Yeah.
Watoto wengi sana walikuwa wametoka upande wa crashes. Kulikuwa na vita ambayo ilikuwa inaendelea na wakakuja watoto ambao walikuwa hawana chakula, hawana pahali ambapo pa kusomea, na hao watoto walikuwa very desperate. So shosho wakati ambapo walikuwa wanatembea hivi akawaona na akawahurumia sana, na alikuwa anapanda mlima akaona Mungu amemuonyesha vision ya kwamba anaweza anzisha shule.
These are some of her alumni. They visit Isabella frequently, and as they narrated their stories, glee could be felt through every pronunciation of their words.
Penye nimefika naweza sema tu Lobby's Family, Kenya Project, mmetuinua kabisa. Tunashukuru tu Mungu sana, na ni siku ambayo ni ya furaha bado. Nikiona wenzangu ambao tumelelewa nao pamoja, nafurahia na kushukuru Mungu kabisa.
Mama Robi, it's through her that I got to come to Upendo Homes. I'm so grateful because God used her. She enlightened my life, and I thank God,
and I'm very, very grateful kukaa hapa, because if kama sio hawa watu, I don't think ningekuwa penye niko sahi. Sahi I have my own business, niko na kila kitu, I lack nothing, and I thank God for that.
Nimelelewa huku children's home. Nilikuwa na shida kidogo ya ugonjwa wa moyo, lakini wakanisaidia shosho na wazungu, nikapona, ndio maana sahi niko hapa sahi.
Now in her olden and golden age, Mama Isabella Robi continues to be a flag of hope to many orphans in Nakuru County. She's like a big tree which so many birds find a place to rest on. Her story is a firing trailblazer. Reporting for City TV, I'm Wellington Ojwang.
Thank you so much, Wellington Ojwang, for filing that story.